Hey guys, I'm so impressed with how timely you all are. You are beautiful, successful, good-hearted, timely people. So very proud of this team. Okay, let's get the party started. And I want to have a few people holler out some of their wins. I saw some really great wins that were listed in the accountability group. If you don't, I'm going to call on you. Holly Stark. Is no one was talking, right? Like no one. Okay, perfect. Holly, I want you to talk to us about your messages that you mentioned. I loved that.
Okay. So I've been in network marketing of some kind for like a million years, and I have never been good at cold messages. So I'll just talk and talk and talk about everything and hope that they'll be like, hey, what is it that you're doing? And that obviously doesn't build a business anywhere very fast. And so this week, Michaela was like, girl, you just got to stop beating around the bush and just send those cold messages. So I did, and I sent them. The first couple days I was like, okay, script, what do I say? This feels really awkward. And by Wednesday or Thursday, I was just typing from my heart, and it felt really natural, and that was a huge win. And so even though I didn't get all of my new reach outs done, they were quality over the 10 messages.
Do you feel like that gives you more confidence to send out messages because you don't feel slimy and salesy?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like it's a genuine, heartfelt message rather than, hey, here's this generic message that you've probably gotten 100 times.
I feel 100% exactly what you're saying, because you're right. There are so many people that have gotten so many messages. Y'all, the other day, a girl commented on one of my Instagram stories about a soup that I had made, and I was about to send her the recipe. And when I went to our messenger, I saw that she had messaged me about Plexus in 2014. I kid you not. It was on my phone, but it literally took me like 10 scrolls to get through the entire message. And at the bottom, it had like her website, it had her ID number, and it was just like, whoa. And so I'm so glad that we are like stepping away from that copy and paste, because that is not effective. And I was sharing with one of you, I'm sorry, I can't remember which one, but I was sharing with one of you about, if you're thinking it, then you ought to say it. And that's something that I got from Jordan Roddenberry, who's going for Diamond this month. And she's somebody I really love watching the way that she messages, because she's just so very real. And so she says what she thinks, and what she thinks is how she speaks. And so when those people receive those messages, they know it is from her. So don't doubt, and don't feel like you have to follow this beautiful, perfected script, because that's not who we are. Like, write what is in your heart and in your mind. I love that, Holly. Megan, wait, are you in here? Yeah, we've got a few pages here, so I can't see everybody. Is Megan here? Yes, she is. Okay, Megan, I don't know if you're doing dinner right now, but
I'm totally doing dishes, but I turned off the water so I could hop on.
Well, I want to see your pretty face, and I want to celebrate the fact. Oh, do you see me? Show us your pretty face. Unless you're naked, we don't want to see boobs. But I want to hear how you signed 3 people.
Okay, can you see me? Oh God, and then the sun's coming in. So it was a lot of follow-up. So it wasn't just, well, first of all, I did the 100-person reach out, and one of the people was from that. And she had literally recently been a new Facebook friend in the last month. So I was like, that's huge for her to say like, yeah, I'm interested, and then I want to sign up. Like, that never happens that quickly, at least for me. And then the other 2, I had just been like, one was I sent out a sample to, and she was interested. And then the other one I'd been following up with forever. So it just goes to show that like they all were kind of random. in how I, but then, yeah, I was excited to earn that extra bonus too. So, and I think one is interested in the business. Oh, go ahead.
Heck yeah. I was going to say, can you kind of share a little bit about the 100-person reach out? Because I know there are a lot of people on this team right now on this page or this call that may not understand what that is.
Yeah. So the 100-person reach out is doing basically 100, reaching 100 people within, well, we did 5 days. So we tried to do 20 a day, but you can do it in like a week's time. And basically it's like 60 new people and 40 follow-ups. And so I feel like those follow-ups are really easy because I have like that big old giant, list that I've been putting together. But 60 new reach outs in a week is hard. And that's a lot of work, but it's so worth it too. And I just kind of needed that kick in the pants. Hannah was like, hey, who wants to do this? And I was like, I need to volunteer and I need someone to hold me accountable to do this. So yeah, it was really good.
And that's something that we started the month before Kara joined in December of 2017. Jordan, Joanna, and I started at Christmas, and we're going to do this again the week after Christmas, which is kind of like our team's, like our annual challenge. But I encourage you guys, like, grab a few people, maybe your power partners or your team, and do something like that. It doesn't have to be exactly 60 new reach outs and 40 follow-ups. You guys can modify it how you want, and it doesn't have to be just in 5 days. You could spread it out to 7 days or 14 days, but get with some people that you're running with and hold each other accountable. Oh, hi, sweet girl. I love you.
I had to mute myself because she was whining, but here's my chunky one.
She's
Anyways.
so beautiful.
Thanks.
Yeah, so do that. Link arms with some people and do that. It's really, really fun. And that's right. Just like Megan said, it gives you a little kick in the booty, and it gets you into action. And so speaking of action, Tanya, I'm going to call you out. Where are you? There she is with that cute little top knot. I want you to tell everyone what you told me today about action.
Okay, first of all, you have to know that the past month, it's been negative self-talk, self-sabotage. Not proud of it. So I messaged Em and I was like, I might need a Emily believes in me, I can do this pep talk. So that's what she did. But it was more of what you really just need to do is get into action. And I'm going to say this. This is what I share with my girls, Lisa, Abby, Katie, and Ashley. I was like, girl, she said that. And I was like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, so I'm stuck. What do I do? Well, I did just that. And I just did the things, even though I didn't feel like it. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, who I was going to reach out to. I prayed over it. Abby kind of lit a fire in me and she was like, you can do this. And I was like, okay, I guess I can. So sometimes you just need other people to believe in you. So if you don't have power partners, that's the power of power partners, is that they will lift you up when you're feeling down. So I did the things and I've got 2 ready to sign. I got 2 new customers. One customer just messaged me and said, I just ordered. And that wouldn't have happened if I just wouldn't have done the things, even when I didn't feel like it. And that's what getting into action is. It's so easy just to say, get into action. But when you're stuck, it's like, but I don't know what to do. So that's when I reached out. I was like, girls, I need you to tell me I can do this because I don't feel like I can. So
what did you do? What were all the things that you did?
I scheduled a half hour with my power partners. I was like, if anybody wants to work, I'm doing this to hold myself accountable, to do the work for 30 minutes. Abby and I sat down for an hour, it's Monday, last night, and we did 10 minutes of birthdays, 10 minutes of this, 10 minutes of that, and very direct stuff. And then even 10 minutes of working on posts for the week, which I've never done. I usually just fly by the seat of my pants. But per Brooke Hemingway, that's what she does. And then also I would, in the nooks and crannies, like Rockin' Kipton, I usually just mindlessly scroll. And I was like, do 3 messages before you go mindless. So I would do 3 messages and then do it. And I would just green light those messages. And then even just scroll through message after message, looking for who have I not talked to? Who have I not checked in with? Who do I need to look at? And one of those girls I talked to in July, and she was like, oh yeah, I've been meaning to message you. They're never going to actually message you. It's not on the forefront of their brain. They don't know why they need the products. They don't understand what supplementation can do. They don't get it. And they need you to keep kind of just being in there, slide into their DMs and do the thing, because it's not at the forefront of their mind. They're not doing this thing. They're not taking the products. They're not missing out on how they feel when they take the products. And so sometimes we just kind of have to be this gentle reminder of, hey, I'm still here if you're still interested. One of the girls that I've messaged for years, literally years, she posted, hey, who sells Plexus? I have lupus and I need to get on it. My doctor said so. So I messaged her really fast. And so I took her samples today. And so she's trying to get on that. So she's one of the girls that's going to be a customer.
And one of the things that Kanya said was, it feels good. Like, it feels good to be in action. And, I think that when we are not doing the things, then I think there comes a lot of guilt, a lot of looking side by side and seeing, whether you're on the Goal Diggers thread or the Imagine thread or Believe You Can thread or Gym Seekers thread, whatever thread you're on, and you're not doing something and you see other people doing things. I don't know about you guys, but that makes me kind of hyperventilate. And then I focus on what I'm not doing and what everybody else is doing. And I just fixate on that and I don't actually do anything. And so that's why, Abby came to me a few weeks ago and Kanya came to me the other day, I feel stuck. Okay, well, get into action. Send a message. Do customer care. Follow up with your people. Here's a challenge that I'm actually going to assign for every single one of us. So get your pen and get your piece of paper. So how many of you, raise of hands, saw the Trust Your Gut post with Target giveaway, Target gift card giveaway? Just comment what you have enjoyed about your Plexus products. Everybody raise your hand if you saw that. I mean, was that not incredible? There was a girl on there that said, I got pregnant. There were multiple people that said, I got off of my anxiety medication. I'm no longer on my blood pressure medication. I didn't have to have a knee surgery because these products have helped me. I don't have the hormonal acne like I used to. Y'all, not little things. And I think that we need to go back to that post when we start to have that doubt. And we've had people come to us on our team saying, I don't notice anything. I'm not seeing anything. It's not worth it. And we start to wonder and feel doubtful, maybe these products aren't helping. There are over 140 comments on that one post. People be wanting a $10 Target gift card. Hilarious, but also amazing. So this is what I want every single one of you to do. I want you to go to that post and I want you to comb through the comments and I want you to find the people who are in your downline, whether they're customers, whether they're ambassadors. We'll get to it if you don't have anybody in there yet. But I want you to write down the names of your customers and your ambassadors, write their name down, and I want you to write right next to it what they've noticed, the benefits that they commented. And then by Monday of next week, preferably by tomorrow, because this needs to be an urgency thing since they just posted about it yesterday or today, I want us all to reach out to those people and I want us to send them a message. And this is just off the cuff, so bear with me. I am actually recording this because I think there's going to be some really great content from Abby about events. We're talking about this challenge. So this is, again, just off the cuff. You can go back to this if it's really awesome, but it may not actually be very awesome. But I want you to send them a message and preferably a voice message. If there are people that check their voice messages, there are some people that I've seen just don't really check voice messages. They do better if it's written out. So you kind of gauge that from your conversations in the past with them. But send them a message that says something like, hey, Holly, oh my gosh, I just saw your comment on that Trust Your Gut post about how you have loved the changes that you've seen with your weight, your sleep, and your energy. That is amazing. I had no idea that you are already experiencing stuff like that. That is incredible. Hey, I was thinking about this. do you have anybody that you can think of that could like benefit from this? Like anybody, oh, Holly, good. I'm so glad you sent something. Do you have anybody that you think could benefit from this? I would love to help you get your products paid for. And so you can have people that do this with you, because as you know, the products are incredible. Something like that, like laying it out there, like, hey, let's get your products paid for. Like, you're loving this. Why the heck wouldn't you share this with people? Like, you're losing weight. You got pregnant. You are going to the bathroom. Like, you have no idea how many of your friends are probably silently struggling with stuff like that. Why don't you invite them to come do this? And then we can walk them through step by step when they come back and say, yeah, I'd like to hear more about this. Like, you're building belief into them by like reinforcing what they're already seeing with their products. And if they're loving their products, we want them to continue with their products, so they'll continue to love and continue to see more and more results. And why not get their products paid for? That just helps them be able to stay on their products longer, right? So I want us all to go and do that. Now, if you don't have people that have commented on there, I think most of you do. But if you don't have people that have commented on there, I would love for you, if there's a comment or two that stands out to you, I would love for you to just respond and be like, oh my gosh, Lisa, that is so awesome. Like, even if you don't know Lisa, oh my gosh, Lisa, that is so awesome. Which products did you take? Like, being engaging. I think that that is something so very special about our team, is this community. And I'm just going to call it Mary. Mary, I noticed, did that with multiple people, and they are not even on her team, but she was like celebrating their wins. And I love that so much, because that just reinforces things. And then add some of your people to that thread. Hey, Melissa, read these comments up ahead, like above us. Like, check out how many people have had incredible results with these. Let's get you started on these products, girl. Utilize that thread. Utilize all of these things that we're seeing. If you have somebody that has come to you, Callie has somebody that's come to her, she's got IBS-C or whatever, she's not pooping. Callie can go and look on that thread and see, because there were tons of people that talked about being regular. Callie can go onto that thread and she can see some of those people, and then maybe she can respond to that person and say, hey, which products are you taking? Or she can reach out to that person and kind of build that relationship. Which products are you taking? I loved what you said in that thread. I've got a friend who I think could really benefit, and I'd love to hear a little bit more of your story. That not only creates community, but that like encourages them that like their story matters. That's impactful, right? So does that make sense what our challenge is for this week? I'm very, very pumped up. I was so just, I don't know, like seeing all of those posts just warmed my heart. And I know that, you know, like Tamara has like 18 million people on her team. So I'm sure that she feels this all the time. And I'm sure that, you know, even if I wouldn't have shared, some of these people would have heard about Plexus. But it was a very humbling moment seeing, if we wouldn't have shared, these people may not be having these experiences. You know, like it brought tears to my eyes that because we stepped out, because we did something maybe a little bit unconventional and we shared from our heart, these people, over 140 people, are experiencing awesome life change. So well done to every single one of us. Well done. Don't take that lightly. That was huge. How much time? Okay, Abby, real quick. I would love for you, I say real quick, take like 5 to 7 minutes. Abby did an event, and I know a lot of us, like as we are adding people to our team, events are a very big thing. And so I'm going to have Ab share a little bit about the flow of what they did, like kind of how they prepped for it, the flow of what they did, and the follow-up, because they did an event and then they added 8 people from that event, which is huge. So Ab, take it away, sis.
Okay. Hi, guys. Okay, so we did the event on Wednesday last week. And I think the 2 things that were the most helpful was that I bathed that sucker in prayer, like up one side, down the other, in every single direction. And that was only my second event that I've ever done. And the first one, I was just like, what am I doing? I have no idea. And so I was just busy trying to figure out logistics. But this one, I had about a week. I gave my girls about a week, and I did my whole team. I mean, my team is tiny, but my team is there, and they showed up big time. And I just prayed over the people that they would be inviting. I prayed over the people who would just be speaking, and just that God would just bless it and show us favor. And so I think that's probably thing number one that I did. And I'm not going to lie, some of us who have talked about like praying over things, I mean, I get the roll eyes, like I roll the eyes too, but like that is seriously the one thing I did different. Planned it out. I scheduled my posts. And I put all the girls, there's 6 of them. There's 6 who I put in a thread together. I had talked with all of them. It was an event for my whole team. Yeah, Callie. So it was an event for the whole team. I'd been talking with a couple of the girls real heavily about really wanting to do the business. There's 2 in particular who have seen a lot of awesome results with the products, like completely changing it to where their belief is huge. And so they are the primary 2 who invited people, and they were very, very intentional with who they invited. I just told them, here's a little script. This is exactly what I sent for my event. You guys tweak it to be what you need it to be and add them to the event. After the event, we're going to follow up with every single person that we invited, every single person, whether they came to the event, whether they didn't come to the event. And here's a script. Here's how you can follow up with them. Short, sweet, to the point. I don't like lots of words. And so it was just, hey, so thank you so much for coming and joining. What did you think? Just open-ended questions. And then as those people, so as my team, as each of them were following up with their people, what we did was they would put me in a 3-way message. Yeah, I'm super interested. Can I know more? And then they would say, yeah, let's go in a message with Ab, and she can help answer all of our questions, because they're both very new. One of them is not even taking the products. Her husband is. So I think that's the main thing. Like, we just really hit the follow-up. We were up really late for me. It was like 11 o'clock both nights on Wednesday and Thursday night. We were just signing people. I'm usually in bed by like 9, but we were just on the phone. So we did 3-way messaging to follow up, and then we did 3-way calls, and I signed all of them because they don't know. I haven't had time to sit down with the girls and teach them how to sign somebody up. Yes, it's pretty self-explanatory, but you can also get lost in it pretty easily. So I think those are the main things, but I think the prayer and planning it out. So it was not a flippant event. Like, I knew who was going to be coming. I did post a little thing ahead of time, like as people were joining the event was set up probably about 4 to 5 days in advance. And I had a post like a welcome. I'm so excited. Where are you from? What are you looking for with your, what are your health goals? And so based on that, there were so many weight loss goals. And so that was a lot of like, that gave us more of an idea of what everybody was looking for. And so everybody could just invite their people, and like my girls were all in a thread, so we all knew what to do. And then afterwards celebrated them for signing people, put them on Trust Your Gut. Like, here's another really great follow-up message, and just kind of just trying to be in communication. Cause it's really confusing when you start, and it's really overwhelming when you start. And so over communication, I think, is best.
So Ab, I would love to ask for you maybe tomorrow to post the link in Rising Jewels, if you don't mind opening it up so everyone can see, because it was kind of mirrored after a couple of events. I think it was an event that I did for you, Abby, which is awesome because that just shows duplication. She took everything that I did for her, and she now is doing it for her team. So that is awesome. That like cuts out a lot of the work for her. So if you will post the link to your group, and then if you guys want to add yourself so you can go and see it, it's very simple. And then she had a fun little game at the beginning. And then she had Kanya, myself, and Abby share our stories, like 5 to 10 minutes. Let's be honest, we're all long-winded. So it was more like 10 to 15 minutes, which we probably shouldn't do that. You really want to try to keep it down to less than 10 minutes per person. But it was a Facebook event or a private Facebook group. And so Ab, if you don't mind sharing that link, and then also sharing, maybe copying and pasting like your invite that you sent, and then your follow-up, and just kind of the flow, if you don't mind, copying and pasting and putting that into Rise and Jewels. I think that could help a lot of people.
It was
Anybody have
really
any
simple,
questions?
guys. It was really simple. Like nothing too wordy, because I don't want to read something too wordy. So I'm not going to write it.
Yeah, so stories sell, and I think that's a really great method to do that. Okay, anybody have any questions for her? Okay, Ab, thank you so much. So how many of you have been loving listening to Bob Heilig, whether it's the Love Serve Grow or if it's his podcast in general? I really want our team to ride that Bob Heilig train, which sounds highly inappropriate now that I'm saying that, but the podcast train. So let's really focus on listening to those, because he's just doing what we encourage to do. Like, he's talking about messaging. He's talking about, being present on social media. He's talking about mindset, talking about positivity, talking about how to find your rock stars. Like, amazing. If you go to if you're on your computer and you just type in like Bob Heilig podcast, it's awesome, because he's got like 185 episodes, and on each episode it's labeled. So one is like, why do so many people fail network marketing, which is what Kylie shared today in our Gold Diggers thread. One is like, how do you find rock stars? How do you retain your people? Like, specific, detailed titles that are so very good. And then he also has content underneath each one. So if you are looking to like post to your thread, or if you want to post to our Rise and Jewels page, like, you have that right there. Anyways, it's amazing. So I've been just eating up his podcast. And so I've got one right here, and this is actually a female. I think she's a sapphire. She may have gone diamond now, but Amy Tippett. She's with Plexus. She sat at Emerald for 5 years, which people might be like, oh, but Emerald, that's amazing. That is amazing. But she was there for 5 years, and that was really wearing on her. And so he had a really great call with her. It is, oh, great. It's episode 169, if you guys want to go and listen to the thing in full. But I'm going to play these 3 minutes because I think that they are so applicable to us, what we are doing right now. Because like that podcast that I shared with you guys a few days ago, success is not an action. Success is a belief. Success is a mindset. We all are leaders here. And so, yeah, we all are going to go through ebbs and flows with our businesses. We all are going to have people that quit. We all are going to have people that say no. We all are going through this together. But since we are the leaders, we have to have a positive mindset. We've got to be self-starters. I love that Abby and Kanya just got together last night and just did a power hour together. Like, that's our job. So you have a choice to be stuck in that negative mindset, or you have a choice to get into action and change that mindset. It's way more fun when you have a positive mindset. And I know that for a fact from sitting in it for a really long time, that negative mindset, it doesn't serve anyone well. So be proactive. So I'm going to play this. It's just going to be 3 minutes, and then we'll get off of the call. I hope you guys can hear it.
Confidence, right? Unworthiness.
Can you guys hear it?
The way you feel will determine the actions that you take. You're either not going to take action out of fear, or what she was doing. She was doing everything, but she was taking action in such a weak and effective way because it was being driven by negative thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And that was what was creating her results. And she did what we all do. She just kept focusing on action. Well, if I take a different action, maybe it'll make a difference. If I do more action, maybe it'll make a difference. But she never changed the seed or the core, which is the beliefs. So in the formula for transformation, what we have you do is we literally have these worksheets where we have you start to get these thoughts and stories and beliefs out of your head and start to make the connection between feelings and action. So you did that for 30 days. Talk about that process. committed to that process, even though you weren't sure it was going to make a difference. But you were, at that point, you were at rock bottom. So I'm sure you were like, I'll try anything at this point, right? Isn't it interesting how sometimes we have to get to that lowest point for us to finally become coachable and say, all right, let me see if this thing's actually going to work.
Right. And also it was a stat, like you gave me something to do to write down. And so that was helpful too, because I actually wrote it down. And one thing that I realized after doing this, and I do it daily, even I did it more than 30 days, I still do this. And it affects everything, not just my business, but my marriage, my friendships, fears that I have faced. Anytime I'm feeling anything, you know, afraid or in frustration, I literally write it down. Like I'll write it down, and then I will take note, like, how do I feel right now? And I think that's what made the difference, is because what I realized was when I'm feeling negative and when I'm talking to someone and my thoughts are, well, they probably don't actually want this, or I'm being annoying to them, or they're going to come to me and I'm going to fail. When I'm feeling those things, even though I'm working with them, that's coming across. So I realized my thoughts were affecting the way that I was showing up. And so when I changed that, and when I literally just flipped it and I thought to myself, okay, if all these good things were true, I am capable, I am worthy, people need what I have. This isn't about me, this is about what they need. Or even in an argument with my husband or whatever, I would think to myself, he needs me, he's wonderful. I'd start to like flip that conversation in my head, and I showed up differently. Because now I'm like, they need me, and I need to show up differently. And I would expect, like, I just started expecting people to say yes because I did this work. And it's just crazy how it changed, because people respond differently to you when you have more confidence. And when you really believe in something, people can feel that and see it.
Is that not awesome? How you are thinking is what is coming across. So if we are not confident, if we don't believe that these products can help, if we don't believe that these people can be amazing, even if we're saying all the right things, if we don't believe it, that is being reflective. Okay? What you think comes out. And that's how people receive it. So be confident. And if you're not, go back and build your belief. Like Abby said, pray over your business. Ask the Lord to build your belief. Okay? 169, go listen to it in full if you're able to. Sorry that we're a few minutes late. I love you, Kylie Bell. Okay, you guys have a great night. Thank you for being on. We'll see you next Monday. Bye, you guys.